Hello kids, today we are going to revise India, the path to India's freedom. The path to India's freedom. Okay, here we are going to revise Rise of the Spirit of Nationalism. Rise of the Spirit of Nationalism, Partition of Bengal and Swadeshi movement, the Civil Disobedience movement, Dandi March, the Quiet India movement and India's independence, the Revolt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the non-cooperation movement. Okay, we all learned this one, but we are going to revise. Even before 1857, India's first war of independence, the society was ridden with social evils like caste discrimination, sati, child marriage, gender inequality, etc. Educated Indians started realizing the British that wanted to keep India poor and backward because of their selfish reason. British wanted to keep the Indians poor and backward because of their selfish reason. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Syed Ahmad Khan strongly protested against these social practices and encouraged the widow marriages and women's education. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Syed Ahmad Khan, these are social reformers. They are social reformers, protested against these social practices and encouraged widow marriage and women education. Okay, now see rise of spirit of nationalism. Rise of spirit of nationalism. Look here. G.K. Gokhale, Dadabhai Naoroji, B.C. Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal. They are moderates. Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Kishan Gokhale, S.N. Banerjee were important leaders of INC. They are called the moderates because of their polite stand when leading with the British. Unlike leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai were aggressive in their opposition to British and were thus called the extremists. They believed that freedom had to be demanded and not a request for. Their main objective was to attain Swaraj or complete independence and not just a self government. Now we'll see partition of Bengal and Swadeshi movement. Partition of Bengal and Swadeshi movement. The rise and spread of Indian nationalization across the entire country, started worrying the British. They decided to divide the peoples on the basis of regions in 1905. Lord Curzon, the then Viceroy of India, divided the Bengal into East Bengal and West Bengal. East Bengal and West Bengal. One for the Muslims and other for the Hindus. How they did British Bengal partition? No? East Bengal and West Bengal, one for the Hindus and one for the Muslim. The Indian protested strongly against the division of Bengal. The INC launched the Swadeshi movement. The INC launched the Swadeshi movement and encouraged the Indian to boycott foreign made goods and use only goods that were made in India. The INC. The INC's members launched the Swadeshi movement and encouraged the Indian people to boycott the foreign made goods and use only that we are made in India, and shouting the slogans fearlessly. The British tried their best to put down the movement by beating peoples mercilessly and arresting them. However, it was the unity of the Indian that won the British were forced to reunite Bengal. The Indian protested strongly against the division of Bengal. The INC launched the Swadeshi movement and encouraged the Indians to boycott the foreign made goods and use the goods that are made only in India. Women, students to participate actively, making a bonfire for imported goods and shooting slogans fearlessly. The British tried their best to put down the movement by beating peoples mercilessly and arresting them. However, it was the unity of the Indians that won, and the British were forced to reunite Bengal. During the partition of the Bengal, many young leaders Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru started taking aggressive steps against the British. During the partition of Bengal, many leaders, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, Chandrasekhar Azad, They started taking aggressive steps against the British. These leaders are called the revolutionaries because they start taking aggressively steps against the British. The revolutionary leaders were even ready to lay down their lives for their motherland. Chandrasekhar Azad, Aurobindo Ghosh, Barun Ghosh, Khudiram Bose were well-known revolutionaries. Okay, now when Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa in 1915, he was shocked to see people being discriminated on their caste and color. He called the untouchable Harijan people of God, and started working among the masses. Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa in 1915. He was shocked to see people being discriminated on their colors and castes. He called the untouchable Harijan people of God and started working among the masses. Understood, no kids? How the partition of Bengal was happened and the Swadeshi movement take place. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, Rajguru, Aurobindo Ghosh, Barun Ghosh, Khudiram Bose, these all are revolutionary because they started aggressive steps against the British. Okay? Now see, Revolt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. The British started imposing naval laws in order to suppress the rebel Indians. The Revolt Act was passed by the British in 1919 and gave them the power to send anyone to jail without a fair trial. The people strongly opposed the act, calling the Black Act. The people opposed the Revolt Act, opposed that one British Act. Which one act? To send anyone to jail without a fair trial. The people strongly opposed this one act and called it Black Act. What they are called? They called that one act Black Act. On 13th April 1919, more than 10,000 men, women, children had assembled at the Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. Where is the Jallianwala Bagh? Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar to oppose the Revolt Act in peaceful manner. How many peoples was there? There about 10,000, more than 10,000 men, women, children assembled. Where? In Jallianwala Bagh, at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar, to oppose the Revolt Act in peaceful manner. But what happened, To foil the demonstration, General Dyer and his soldier blocked the only entrance and without any warning opened a fire. Now, see the non-cooperation movement. After the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Gandhiji launched the non-cooperation movement in September 1920. means 1920, and asked the people to adopt the Swadeshi movement. Indian boycotted foreign goods. Those working in government offices resigned. Lawyers boycotted courts, and the teacher children boycotted British-run schools, colleges. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, C. Rajagopalachari, Pandit Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Pandit Motilal Nehru, Rabindranath Tagore left their legal practices and started working with the Indian National Congress. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore even written the prestigious kinghood bestowed upon him by the British in 1915. Though Subhash Chandra Bose had been elected president of Indian National Congress twice earlier, he parted way and went to Japan to form an army of 40,000 Indian soldiers and called it Azad Hind Fauj or the Indian National Army. The non-cooperation movement shocked the British by its sheer strength. However, in February 1922, an angry mob of people set a police station on fire in Chauri Chaura in Uttar Pradesh, killing 22 policemen. This violent behavior of people greatly disturbed the Gandhiji and called off the non-cooperation movement. Understood, no kids? How the non-cooperation movement called? Now see the Simon Commission. In 1928, British government appointed the Simon Commission to review the laws and the order administration of the British in India, suggest new reforms. The commission did not include any Indian delegates, and this angered the people greatly. What angered the people greatly? The commission did not allow any Indian delegate, and this angered the people greatly. It was welcomed by angry Indians with the black flags, slogan of Simon Go Back. The Simon Commission was welcomed by angry Indians with a black flag and slogan of Simon Go Back. Sadly, Lala Lajpat Rai was severely injured during this lathi charge at such protest and died soon after in March 1929. The Indian National Congress in its annual session held in Lahore adopted a resolution which declared complete independence, Purna Swaraj, okay, from British rule as their main demand for India. Now see kids, Dandi March. The main intention behind the civil disobedience movement was to disobey the British laws openly. The British had complete control over the manufacture of salt and forced the people to buy salt brought from England at high price. The British had completely control over the manufacture of salt and forced the people to buy salt brought from England at high rate. In March 1930, Gandhiji, accompanied by several of his followers, marched from Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad to Dandi in Navsari on Gujarat coast. Gandhiji, accompanied by his several followers, marched from Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad to Dandi in Navsari on Gujarat coast. There was a mass participation in his movement by thousands of people, women, peasants, landowners, students, and so on. Understood, no kids? How Gandhiji started a Dandi March. See, Gandhiji breaking the Salt Act at Dandi. Understood now? That about Dandi March? Okay. Now see the Quiet Indian Movement. The Quiet Indian Movement was launched in August 1942 under Gandhiji's leadership. The Quiet Indian Movement was launched in August 1942 under Gandhiji's leadership. People echoed his slogan, "Do or die, do or die to win complete independence." Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and the INA fought the British valiantly from outside India but were defeated. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and the INA fought the British valiantly from outside India but were defeated. This time, at the end of the Second World War, in 1945, the British were left with no option but to give India its independence. After the end of the Second World War, in 1945, the British were left with no option but give the India its independence. Although the British followed their policy of divide and the rule till every end. On 15th August 1947, India was declared a free country but was divided into two parts, India and Pakistan. Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first president and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru the first Prime Minister of the independent India. Understood, no kids? How India gets freedom from British? Okay. Today's your homework is you read the lesson. You read the lesson one time, two time, more time read, kids, because it is a very important lesson. How we get our freedom. We understand how we get the freedom. We'll know about Dandi March, about Simon Commission. partition of the Bengal and Swadeshi movement. We learn in this learned about in this one Revolt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, non-cooperation movement. Lots of information will get from this lesson, so that you read the lesson carefully. Understood, my kids? Thank you.